The secret weapon every woman needs in a toxic office environment. Brought to you by Lux von Zollern, the maker of exclusive garments for successful women, available at the website lvzprestige.com. Think Lux von Zollern when you wish to amplify your executive impact in high-stakes business environments. You've seen it. The drama, the passive-aggressive emails, the cliques that form tighter than a too-small blazer, the backstabbing that feels more like a sport than a work hazard. Ah yes, the lovely world of a toxic office environment, where the competition is fierce, the gossip is non-stop, and the stress could make even the toughest woman question her sanity. But here's the truth. You don't need to quit, shrink, or hide under your desk, though, let's be real, that desk might be the best place to eat chocolate during your lunch break. What you need is a secret weapon, a little piece of magic that can help you not just survive, but thrive. And no, it's not a giant stress ball or a glittery motivational poster. It's a mental shift, a mindset hack that will give you the upper hand every time, without breaking a sweat. Welcome to the art of strategic detachment. What is strategic detachment? Strategic detachment is the ability to keep your emotional distance from the chaos around you, while still actively participating in the game. It's like being in a race and not getting caught up in the mud, the noise, or the drama. You focus on your goals, while everyone else slips and slides around you. You stay cool, calm, and collected, even when the office feels like a pressure cooker ready to explode. It's not about being emotionless or pretending you don't care. It's about protecting your energy, staying laser-focused, and having the maturity to rise above the petty squabbles that fuel the toxic workplace. Think of it like being the eye of the hurricane. Everything is swirling around you, but you're calm, centered, and ready to make your move. And no, it's not easy, but it's definitely worth it. Why you need strategic detachment right now? If you've been working in a toxic environment for any length of time, you know that stress, drama, and negativity can wear you down. Every day feels like you're wading through quicksand, and the more you try to fight, the more it drags you down. That's where strategic detachment comes in. It's the force field that keeps you from getting sucked into the emotional mess. Here's why it's your secret weapon. It stops the emotional drain. The office gossip, the backhanded compliments, the micromanaging boss, it all takes a toll. But with strategic detachment, you learn to see it for what it is, noise. You don't absorb it, you observe it. You don't lose your cool. Let's face it. Being emotionally reactive in a toxic environment is a surefire way to make yourself a target. Whether it's snapping back at an inappropriate comment or reacting to a colleague's power trip, getting caught up in your emotions makes you look weak. With strategic detachment, you maintain control. You don't lose your temper. You keep your game face on. You can play the long game. Strategic detachment isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about picking your battles wisely. You know when to let things slide and when to step up and assert yourself. Over time, your ability to stay calm under pressure will set you apart from everyone else. You'll be the person everyone relies on when things get tough, because you can keep your head while the rest of the office loses theirs. How to put strategic detachment into practice. All right, you're sold on the idea, but how do you actually start practicing strategic detachment without coming off as cold or disengaged? Glad you asked. Here's how to make it work in your daily office life. Recognize the drama for what it is. Toxic workplaces love drama. It's their bread and butter. But here's the secret. You don't have to engage. When someone tries to drag you into a petty argument or gossip session, recognize it for what it is, a distraction. Let your mind click into a higher gear, one that's focused on your goals. You'll find that once you stop engaging with the nonsense, it loses its power over you. You don't need to join the office fight club, just observe and move on. Master the art of the non-reaction. A key element of strategic detachment is learning how to respond, or rather, not respond, to emotional triggers. Someone's being rude in the meeting? Keep your poker face. Someone tries to take credit for your work? Smile politely and let them have their moment. The goal isn't to be passive. It's to stay calm, assertive, and unshaken. When you don't react the way people expect, they start wondering what's going on in your head. And trust me, that's the kind of intrigue you want. Practice emotional parking. Think of your emotions like a car you can park for later. The emotional highs and lows of your workday don't need to be carried around all day like a backpack full of bricks. When something frustrating happens, park it. Acknowledge it. Feel it for a second, then park it in the later section of your mind. Let it go while you handle what's in front of you. You'll be amazed at how much more mental clarity you have when you're not constantly carrying emotional baggage. Prioritize your mental well-being. If you're working in a toxic office, your well-being is a top priority. To stay emotionally detached, you need to create boundaries that protect your mental health. This could mean setting firm limits on how much time you spend listening to negative chatter, taking time for self-care outside of work, or even finding a trusted friend, preferably outside the office, to vent to when things get particularly rough. Your energy is precious. Guard it. Don't mistake detachment for passivity. Now, a word of caution. Strategic detachment doesn't mean checking out or becoming passive. You're still in the game, but you're not letting the game play you. You can still be active, engaged, and successful without letting the office drama suck you into its black hole. It's about being intentional with your energy and focusing on what really matters, your success. You'll be able to make decisions without the emotional hangover, deal with difficult people without getting dragged down, and most importantly, stay grounded no matter what happens around you. Use your emotional detachment to master office politics. In a toxic work environment, office politics are like an endless game of musical chairs. Someone's always getting left out, someone's always playing favorites, and you're just trying to not trip over the chairs while looking like you belong. Here's the thing. Most people are so emotionally wrapped up in the drama, the gossip, the power plays, that they don't even see the game they're part of. But you're not just playing, you're running the show from behind the curtain. How? By using your strategic detachment. When everyone's caught up in the latest office rivalry, you're the one watching and analyzing. You don't have to engage in petty office battles. Instead, observe and use the information to your advantage. When you detach yourself emotionally, you avoid getting tangled in the mess, and instead, you can see exactly who is playing what role and where the opportunities lie. For example, if you know that one of your colleagues is constantly undermining others but has a big presentation coming up, don't react. Let them dig their own hole. Instead, position yourself as a supportive ally, always staying neutral but with a clear goal in mind. Take advantage of their mess to highlight your own strengths when the time comes. You won't need to fight dirty. You'll be simply there, watching and taking notes, while others burn themselves out. Turn the toxic environment into your career playground. Remember that feeling when you first started in your current role? You were wide-eyed and optimistic, ready to tackle the world and climb the corporate ladder. Yeah, we've all been there. But when you hit a toxic environment, it can feel like your dreams just hit a brick wall. But here's the kicker. The more toxic the environment, the more space it creates for you to rise. It's like being in a room full of chaos and realizing, hey, I'm the only one who can actually see the exit door. The more messy the workplace, the more opportunities for those with clarity to zoom ahead. Strategic detachment allows you to navigate the chaos while everyone else is drowning in the drama. You're the calm in the storm. That's when you start thinking, what can I gain from this? What weaknesses am I seeing in the system? Where are the cracks in the office foundation that I can slip into and make my move? Start thinking of the office as your personal playground, except instead of a swing set, you've got opportunities for growth and success. So, while everyone's too busy gossiping about who's dating who, you're the one quietly building alliances with the people who matter and gaining influence where no one else even thinks to look. Master the power of selective engagement. Here's a fun fact. Not every battle is worth fighting. If you engage with everything that comes your way, every drama, every piece of gossip, every office conflict, you'll burn yourself out before you even get to your next promotion. Instead, practice the art of selective engagement. What does that mean? It's like being a ninja. Engage when necessary, disappear when you don't need to. You know who to charm, who to avoid, and who to win over. You understand where your energy is best spent and where it's just not worth it. For example, when a colleague pulls you into a conversation about another coworker's disastrous project, because of course, they don't have anything better to do, you don't jump in with your opinion or add fuel to the fire. Instead, say something neutral like, interesting, but I'm really focused on this new project. Have you seen the new data on it? Boom. You've set the boundary, kept the peace, and moved the conversation to something that's more important for your career goals. Selective engagement is your secret to staying focused on what really matters while letting the rest of the office spiral out of control. Leverage perceived power without actually using it. One of the most underrated tactics in any toxic office environment is mastering the art of perceived power. It's not about being the loudest or most aggressive person in the room. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's about making people believe that you have more influence than you actually do, just by projecting calm, cool, collected energy. Think of it like this. Ever noticed how the person who isn't scrambling to be noticed is the one everyone else notices? That's because perception is everything. If you can master the art of appearing in control at all times, people will naturally gravitate toward you. This doesn't mean pretending to be a know-it-all or pretending you're always calm. It's about confidence. When your colleagues see you handling stress with ease or walking into meetings with a serene, unbothered vibe, they'll start to think, wow, she's got it together. Maybe I should follow her lead. That's when you begin to subtly influence those around you. You become the calm and rational voice in the room, the person who commands respect without needing to raise their voice. Don't just build your career, build your reputation. In toxic environments, your reputation is your armor. And the most powerful way to build a solid reputation is to be consistently reliable, calm, and impressively competent. You don't have to be the hardest worker or the most visible. Just make sure that when your name comes up, people associate it with excellence. Do this by consistently delivering quality work on time, showing up when you say you will, and quietly being the person others can count on. Your reputation will do the heavy lifting for you. When people start seeing you as indispensable, it's game over. They'll be fighting to work with you, to promote you, and to back your ideas. You'll be able to navigate through the office politics like a chess master, and suddenly, those toxic coworkers who tried to undermine you will be the ones trying to get in your good graces. Now that you've learned how to wield your secret weapon, strategic detachment, you're ready to rise above the toxicity, climb that corporate ladder, and claim your place as the successful, unstoppable force you are. You've got the mindset, you've got the focus, and you've got the power to take control of your career and make it work for you. So, go ahead and leave the drama behind. You've got bigger things ahead. The corporate world doesn't stand a chance. Brought to you by Lux von Zollern, the maker of exclusive garments for successful women, available at the website lvzprestige.com. Think Lux von Zollern when you wish to amplify your executive impact in high-stakes business environments.